Good morning. We stayed the night in Springville, Utah, pretty close by to Provo. Now we are heading to Park City to snowboard. I booked my rentals online, and we're gonna try to do free parking at the resort. Let's see how that goes. And I already have a ski pass, so that's also one reason why I'm like doing this stop here. And right now it's like 9:50. By the time we get to get our board and everything, it might be 11:30. So we'll probably just do half a day, but that's still fine. Like that's not funny because I've only snowboarded with 2 days for this season, so like come on, you know, make this season pass worth it by going more. So even half a day is okay. And I didn't have as much energy for a full day as well, given that I'm doing a road trip. So I half a day is like perfect balance. It will be snowing a little bit in Park City area, and I don't have chains at the moment. So first, I'm gonna go to AutoZone. I'm gonna try to get snow chains, be fully ready for winter weather in case we need it. Today it's not gonna snow a lot, but like I just want to be prepared and also for future trips. I'll be going to Tahoe a lot from San Francisco. I just want to make sure my car is prepared for everything in the roads main items and then HMG from others. Yeah, uh, pretty stoked. Yes, it's the sixth day of the trip. We started on Thursday night. Right now it's Tuesday. But like in terms of like daytime, it's like our fifth day. Past 4 days, we have just been doing national parks. Today it's gonna be a little bit different vibe. So I think that will also make things fun. You know, some change is always good. Pretty stoked. Yeah, let's do this, man. We get excited done. I'll also go to after AutoZone. I'll also go to a CVS to get flip care the bomb. I normally carry that, but like this trip I forgot it because this trip I got so many things that because I will be on the road for 10 days, like some of these little essential things I forgot. Because I don't know if it's for everybody, but like my lips dry very easily. And yeah, especially like going to mountains or like dry regions, or even staying a lot in the car in the AC, under AC, my my lips get dry. So I need some protection for that. Make them moist again. But yeah, hope you're enjoying it so far. And can see some of the mountains close to Provo area. Okay, have a great day. See you soon. But hi, we're getting closer to Park City. We're only 10 minutes away. It's kind of sad because like this winter season on the west side of the US country like has been tough for snow. Like we didn't get a lot of snow, so as you can see, like some areas are not even snowy, which is very very unusual. Like by the time you reach these areas, normally I'm assuming I haven't come into this area in daytime with my own car before, but I'm assuming like it should be pretty snowy. Like you should see a lot of like white snow around, which is not the case. You only see it in the runs. So probably the conditions are not going to be that great, but still, we'll snowboard. You know, make the most out of the day. We already booked our rentals. Let's see how it goes. I also want to check it out because like one of my friends is gonna come next weekend, and I want to give them a heads up on what the situation is, and like they can monitor the weather report in next couple of next weekend. If they want to cancel the trip, they can cancel it, and if they can, I'll just keep them updated. Yeah, I've also bought snow chains but as you can see, because there's not a lot of snow, no ice, like I didn't actually have to use it, but it's an investment for future. And we're gonna go to other mountain regions in the next couple of days. We're gonna go to Tahoe. We're gonna pass through maybe the Great Basin area in Nevada, in case like there's gonna be snow next couple of days. We just want to make sure that we're safe and sound. Other than that, on the way, personal things, like on the way up to Park City, I was listening to this playlist called like Snowboarding Vibes. You know, it should be more fun, cool songs, but then somehow this one song from Rihanna got it, and it started playing. In that song, I have a lot of memories of that song with my ex-girlfriend, because randomly one time when I was like high in my living room in Boston back in the day, when I was lying on the couch on her lap, she sang that song to me when that song was being played, and I was pretty surprised because she doesn't sing that much normally, but her voice was really good, and it just left a mark on me, that song, and like the way she sang. And yeah, like on the way to Park City, when that song played, I got pretty emotional. I started crying a little bit, like remembering the good days that we had, why I fell in love with her, and all the things that I admired of her, and like the things, the memories that we had, that we were happy in our travels, or like day-to-day things, like walking in Boston, like holding hands in Commonwealth Avenue, going through like trays, waiting for her in front of her house. Things like that just, went down the memory lane and felt pretty emotional, and cried a bit and felt sad. Even now when I'm sharing this, like my voice is a little bit cracking because I feel pretty emotional. It's pretty sad, like you spend so much time with someone that you love and you care, and maybe one day at the end of the day line, like you have to go separate ways and break it off, and then you become strangers to each other to some level. And yeah, it's like that Gautier song, Somebody I Used to Know, and then when that person that you cared so much, that you put a lot of effort into, and who made you very happy, who were there in your good days, bad days, like having that person turn into just
become beautiful.
Somebody that you used to know, just a random person that you're not in contact, that you're not hanging out with, that you cannot talk, is very difficult. I mean, even though like towards the end of our relationship things turned out to be bad and it got sad, even that still, like, with all the negative ending, you still have those like good memories and good things that you remember, and it's like pretty emotional. It takes a lot. And she thinks that like I don't go through these feelings. She thinks that for me it's just, I broke it off, and then I'm on my own, and then I'm fully having the best time of my life. No, I mean, it's not like that. It's just difficult what I did, the decision I took for my future, what I felt that was best for me. Still know that deep inside me loving her, and like breaking it off, that has been very, very, very difficult to do. Yeah, but I'm a strong person. I have to be a strong person. I know this is the correct path for me, that we go on our separate ways, and I gotta maintain myself. I knew things like this are gonna happen, and I know it's gonna happen. That's just how it is, right? Yeah, you can't be with someone for that long that you love and care, and just forget that they even are there. It's not like eternal sunshine of the spotless mind, but they erase the memories of everything that you have with them. It's not that easy. So I know this is the process that we're gonna go through, and it will take some time. I'll stay strong, and meanwhile I'll focus on other things, enjoy my life, build connections with friends, family, work hard, play hard, you know, things will be fine, as I always say. But anyways, let's go back to the travel plan. In Park City, we're 5 minutes away. I'm gonna park at Canadian side because there's free parking there, and get my rental and enjoy the mountain. It's almost 11, so probably by 11:45 or 12, like, we'll be patched up, good to go. We'll snowboard like 3-4 hours, have a good time, then decide what's next. Thank you. I'll see you guys soon. Hi friends, we were just listening to the radio. I've owned this car for 3 years. I didn't know how to use the radio because I had always been playing my music or like CDs, old school, but finally figured out how to use the radio because for a long while I listened to my music and the CDs. I've ran throughout this road trip. Gone through all the CDs and I've gone through my songs. And right now, like, especially when there's no internet, like, my lights songs are there, too many of them, and then when I play it on like a shuffle, it's like becomes so difficult, like, to choose which song I want to play. And then I said, okay, fuck it, I gotta learn how to use the radio, because my car's like radio setup is like pretty weird, and it's like this old school car, you don't have like touch screen or anything. It's like old button things. You have these like 20 buttons there to control the radio, and you don't understand how it's working unless you read the manual. And obviously, who the hell reads manuals? I can't read the manual. Jokes aside, you should actually read manuals, especially like a lot of like serious stuff. Maybe your car's at radio, fine, you don't need to listen, but other stuff you should do. Yeah, and we are leaving Park City. As you can see, it is starting to snow. It already snowed a little bit on the mountain when I was there, probably around like 2 p.m. It started to snow a little bit. So our goal should be trying to like escape this snowy winter area as soon as possible and get to safety, clear it out, and go towards like Reed Basin National Park Center, there's center areas, which is like 4-hour drive from Park City. We're gonna go there tonight. That's the plan. And snowboarding was really fun. I mean, I love the sport. It's even though I've been doing it for many years, like, there's always something new that you can try it out. Like, you can learn, you can get like faster, you can do your curves better, you can learn how to do tricks and things like that. So today I was mostly like focused on downhill snowboarding. That's what I like to do. Going as fast as possible, sometimes like some slaloms, things like that. I really enjoy that. I don't do much tricks, but today it was pretty icy out there. Like, as I said, West Coast didn't get as much snow as usual. Normally Park City has like great snow, but this time it didn't happen. So some of the runs were pretty icy out there, unfortunately. And I still managed to ski them most of them, but you could actually like like see the trees, see the stones and rocks and all these things. And if you're not like we, if you don't know how to ski snowboard well, like it could be actually be a dangerous situation. So yeah, but we did our best, and hopefully, fingers crossed. Actually, like the snow is getting more than I expected, so I'm a little bit worried. But hopefully, we should be all good because it's not gonna. I thought like it was only gonna like rain like snow like half an inch today when I looked at the weather advisory. So I still think it should be fine overall, but you always want to make sure you get all the setup ready. And once we exit the mountain roads, like the curvy, steep areas, like you say, we should be fine. This car has seen like much more snow, and this time we actually also got a change in case things go very south. Hopefully it will go, but just in case. And yeah, lots. Yes, Park City was a little bit icy. I snowboarded like 4 hours, 20 minutes, just like did a full run because I mean I'm only here for half of the day, so I didn't stop. I just made use of most of it. And for me, I feel like not like 9 starting from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., but like 4 or 5 hours is like pretty cool on snowboarding because you get on the lifts as well. It's like always like a rest time, so you don't actually feel extremely exhausted if you're pretty familiar with like skiing, snowboard. So I also really like that aspect that it it gives you a natural break on its own because of the requirements of it. So that's actually turning off the default of our car. Yeah, we turned on the default. So not sure like how good your visibility of the road is. A few things I noted because I had come to Park City before. It was 4 years ago, but I didn't remember how many years ago that I came because I wasn't taking that much. That's because it was a long time ago. 4 years is decent enough long time for me, given that I'm only 27 years old. If you make the calculation, it's just like 1 out of 7, which is like pretty low, more than 12.5% of my life. And what I was thinking is that yeah, I came like 4 years ago to Park City, but I couldn't remember exactly how come I came to Park City because when I came to Park City, I was again just by myself, and I stayed at the hostel, Park City Hostel. It was a beautiful hostel. I made good friends there. Pretty cool, adventurous people. There was a very old guy who worked as a chef in like one of the restaurants here, and he played really good, like really well chess. Like he played chess really well, and I am not that great at chess, but I know a little bit. I'm kind of decent because I took like 3 4 years of like chess course when I was very little. So I played with him and like that was fun. He felt like, oh, you're promising, and then he gave me tips and he improved my playing. So that was pretty fun. And like there are other guys, like one guy I met, like he was from the army and he got like discounts because he's from the army as a veteran. Like so he would come to snowboard, ski, and he would have these like army backpacks, like all these like very heavy, big looking backpacks. It was cool to see that. Also now like the temperature has dropped a bit, so now it is actually late. It's no longer snow as we're like going down. Right now it's just probably 2 Celsius, 36 Fahrenheit. Yeah, like that time was very good. I met a few other people. We like traveling to different places, young people in the hostel. It was a really good time. I think I stayed there maybe like 3 nights, 4 days. or like just something like that. I don't remember exactly. And I was trying to think like why did I go there? Like why didn't I go with friends, or why did I go by myself, and like what was the reason? And I remember actually 4 years ago, before I started my job, before right after graduation, before I started my first job after graduation, I had this time in January where my school had ended. I had graduated from my master's program. Then I had my job lined up, and I had like available security time. But most of my friends were still in college, or like they had already started working. So I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna go to Park City by myself, because I had been to Colorado to snowboard before a few times, but I hadn't been to Utah, and I had the Epic Pass, so I wanted to go to Park City to check it out, what it is like. And dude, 4 years later, so that was 2022 winter, and 4 years later, 2026 winter, I have the same setup. I'm in between jobs. I love the job that 4 years ago I lined up when I went to Park City. I left that job, and now I have another job lined up starting next Monday, which is like 6 days. And now I had free time, and then I came back to Park City. It's funny, like, and when I came to this journey, to this trip, my focus was mostly on national parks. I didn't think too much about the Park City. I thought, oh, maybe I'll just like stop by Park City if I get the chance. I don't know. I wasn't sure. So I didn't think of this interesting thing actually. Like that's pretty funny. 4 years ago, it was the same shit. But in 4 years, my snowboarding is definitely much better. I even back then I was good, but now I feel like I so the past 4 or 5 years I've been like snowboarding pretty consistently, and I think I've improved a lot. Back in college, I didn't snowboard as much as I wanted. I still did, but like not every year, because it was kind of like difficult, like to figure out. There was a snowboard ski club, but I went to their parties. We drank good beer. It was fun, but I didn't have like a core friend group that was going to snowboarding trips until like junior year of college. And then I think like the first trip I went, or the only trip that I went with college friends, was actually with my current housemate right now. And like we went to Winter Park, to Colorado. Oh, I think I went to Winter Park twice with two different college groups. But yeah, still like with my current housemate, we went to Winter Park, Colorado. Another friend of mine was like some other friends of mine were there, and most of them were like from the Michigan International Student Society. Um, yeah, funny things how life goes. In 4 years, definitely I'm much better. And I previously I wasn't able to do switch riding as much. Switch riding is basically with, if you have like a preferred foot in snowboarding, you typically have a preferred foot, but like mine is like I have my right leg in the foot, and then that's called goofy. And if you're regular, you have like your left foot on in the front, and I'm more comfortable with like using my right foot in the front and then always using that. But then sometimes you can switch your left foot to be in front, and I hadn't been snowboarding like that much because I never like practiced it. I always felt more comfortable because I like to like go fast and like go downhill snowboarding. I never spent the time to actually improve my other side. But past couple of years, I've been doing more switch riding, in limited days. The way I've gotten much better at it. The way I've also made that effort was that like, hey, like if I'm snowboarding with someone and they're not that good, they're like slow, I have to wait for them. Okay, let me just like practice my other foot, like, because it's not fun if I'm just like going full speed and I'm waiting for my friends down there. I'll just like go with their speed, and yeah, I've gotten better over time. And now I can also do jumps, tricks like that much better. And also, before coming to US, like in Turkey, we didn't have moguls. Moguls are these. It's kind of like these like little. How do you say? Like a sand dune kind of, but like from the snow. It's like a snow dune, very little snow dune things, or they can be big, depends on like where you were doing it. But these things are like one after another, and they're like created by like people like going around like left, right, and doing like slaloms. It like occurs naturally, as far as I know. I might be incorrect, but in Turkey we actually didn't have those. Because in Turkey,
meters, turn right onto US 189 South.
The ski center that I used to go like only had like rooms, runs, so like it was just like flat. We didn't have the moguls, but when I came to US, I learned about moguls, and as a snowboarder, it's actually initially like pretty difficult to navigate the moguls because moguls typically are created by most of the time by skiers. It's like pretty narrow slaloms, like you have to go around, and like your board is pretty big. You don't feel as comfortable on that, but I'm also like figuring out like
US 189 South.
what path to take on the road. That's why. But yeah, like after I came to US, I've gotten much better at moguls. Now I can manage them in like very steep environments. I know how to use my board left and right, very quick turns, and I know how to like go over them if I need to. Because sometimes you go up to that mogul dune and then go down it. I've gotten much better at that. Yeah, for fun snowboarding things. I feel like pretty good. Of course, like I can improve, but I feel like I'm at a level that I did in this like 10, 15 years, and it feels like pretty natural for me. And majority of the areas of the mountain, I'm able to even like double blacks, like I can do them well. Not well in the sense that like it's not that I don't fall at all. Like I fall sometimes, so like snowboarding, falling is pretty chill. It's fine. You can like get up easily. But my manage, like I figure things out. Then for me, like it does become at a level where like once you get decent good in like skiing, snowboarding, when you're on the mountain, it's as if like you're like traversing the mountain. Like you the mindset of like how you go from one run to another, or like how you see this steepness and like slopes, like oh this would lead to this place, this would lead to that place. Like how you see a mountain, you kind of like those kind of skills like you develop over time. It's not just that like your riding skills as a skier or snowboarder, but you also like have to understand the mountain and like the shapes and that things, and like you get better at that all the time. So I feel pretty good. Yeah, of course I could be better, but I'm pretty happy. I feel like in the next 15 years, let's say, before like I'm 42, 45, once like hopefully if I'm like physically well, I want to like keep this up and go as much as possible in terms of like snowboarding, skiing. I really love this. If I have kids, like I want my kids to come out with me. If I have a partner, girlfriend, I want them to come out with me, like to go like skiing, snowboarding trips. It's a pretty, I think, important aspect of my life. I would say it's the sport that I do the most, like on a consistent basis, that affects like my life as most in terms of like how I plan my life. So I would like my family, my partners, to be also interested in it. I mean, they don't have to be that great, but like I would like them to be willing to try it. My ex-girlfriend, I told her for many years, you should do this, you should do this, you should come out with me. She didn't do it. for some time. Like she wasn't as interested, but then this year, like she actually did go to a ski trip. It's her MBA college friends, and yeah, that was very sweet of her. That was very nice. I'm pretty happy she did. Unfortunately, our relationship ended and we couldn't go to a trip together, but still, I'm pretty happy she put the effort in there and is probably enjoyed it and like she's gonna try to do it more. I'm happy for that. And I also like to introduce the sport to my friends recently. One of my Turkish buddies got into it. Like he took a lesson and like we went to go to the resort. We went to the resort together. I drove like back and forth and Yuki accompanied me and we had a great time. So I'm pretty happy. And if like more of my friends do it, then I get to do it with them. It's amazing. And my housemate also loves skiing, so I think like next couple of years, as long and like it's I mean he's as about it is like we will be going to a lot of like trips. That's my for snowboarding ski. That's my goal. Hopefully, let's see how that happens. And yeah, oh wow, like you can actually like feel the chains on the throat of people. Yeah, coming up, like I didn't feel the chains as much, but like coming down, I can definitely feel them. That maybe I'm like going slow or yeah, I don't have any cars in front of me, which is kind of normally odd, but I'm still like trying to go to the best level as possible. It's raining, out snowing, and all the it's not as cold, but yeah, gotta pay attention to the road. Uh, and they've been doing some road work on the other side, so like, because of that, like we're just going one lane, but with back and forth, which is like pretty much more dangerous, and like you have like these like trucks and things coming, so but gotta pay attention. And because of that, I'm gonna like stop the recording for now. Once like maybe after a few hours, like I'll come back to it, and after we make like some significant progress. And for now, have a great time. Regards, was one. Yay, we made it. We're like in Provo area now. We went down the mountain. After I stopped recording, like the next 10 15 minutes, we were pretty much in the heart of the snowstorm, and like the visibility was incredibly low. We were still pretty lucky because um, like the temperature was still slightly above freezing temperature. Because of that, like it was like snow, but it was still kind of melting when it was dropping. So it didn't get crazy icy, and also it had just started snowing. So it takes some time, like 15, 30 minutes, like 1 hour. Depends on like how much snow is happening and like how cold the temperature is, like for the road conditions to get like pretty bad. First, that wasn't the case. The road conditions were, other than the visibility and like it was still fine. So we made our way down, and right now it's like 38 Fahrenheit, so like 3.5 Celsius, which is fine. And it's more like turned into rain now in this area. And as we are heading towards the Great Basin National Park, in the morning when I looked at like winter weather advisory on the National Weather Forecast website, it seemed that this winter weather advisory was only for around like the Park City kind of areas, like this part of Utah. There wasn't any issues in like west side of Nevada, or even going from Salt Lake City, Provo, like towards Nevada, like there wasn't an issue. I mean, hopefully it hasn't changed, and I think mostly we should be fine now. But again, it's always good to prepare in advance. I feel like if we had left a few hours like if I had left a few hours later, things might have been much more difficult because by that time the temperature would get even colder. Even then, it's gonna be nighttime. It was already nighttime, but like after sun goes for some time, like it gets colder and colder, and also the snow would have, to some level, accumulate and made it even worse the conditions because I think it's gonna like snow throughout the night. So yeah, we left at a good time. I was chilling, man. Like I didn't actually think like it would snow this much. It wasn't crazy a lot, but like still, it was enough for me to feel a little bit what is happening there. What is going on? Okay, what is going on? What is that car trying to do? Oh, go. Why are you not letting me go, bro? What are they trying? Oh my god. Dude, what the fuck? Dude, what is going on with that car? Yeah, I mean, weird things, right? Some really weird shit is happening with that car. There are like two cops behind that car. The car is like sitting in the middle of the road. Um, yeah, weird. I mean, so yeah, this is. I mean, so far you got like, see, this is what happens. Like, there are different challenges to these kind of adventures, right? One aspect was the nature. You have to be mindful of nature. Nature, you have to respect it. You have to know the boundaries. You have to understand it, and you have to be prepared for it. And another thing is just like humans. Humans are dangerous to us. Like that. Why the fuck that car was there? Like what's happening? Like why the cops are there? When we were around like national parks, the humans part we kind of could have ignored for quite some time. Now that we're back in bigger cities, this human aspect came back again. And I mean, this road trip has been mostly in remote areas, so we have been fine. We didn't have to deal with human problems as much. But when I was traveling in US for like 30 days across 30 states, um, yeah, that was a little bit. There were some cities, some areas, places where I was staying where it felt like a little bit more sketchy, and it felt like, oh, there could be crime here. I should be paying more attention to my surroundings and making sure that I'm safe and sound. Like those kind of things. Like you just have to be prepared. I mean, I'm fucking well, and like, yeah, life is great, adventure is fun, but you should. We have a saying in Turkish. We say like "göt kollamak lazım," which means like basically you have to watch out for your ass. You have to make sure well, you don't get fucked over. But yeah, thanks for listening and just want to share some thoughts. Go stop the recording again. Maybe I'll record later. I want to make some distance on the highways before end. All right, love you. Bye. Hi guys. I kind of like doing these, and as long as I'm not very tired when I check into my hotel, I'm planning to do these. A debrief of the day. Oh, today was fun, even though snow wasn't that good. Varsity was fun. Always a blast snowboarding, skiing. Yeah, I told you, right? Like when we were coming down the mountains, we encountered some snow, but it was manageable. And then on the main highways, heading to Great Basin National Park, it was raining mostly. It was fine, but then I entered a road that goes like fields and all these things. That eventually on that road like snow started again, and this time it actually dropped like to freezing level, like 32 Fahrenheit 0 Celsius. So it was snowing quite decently, and actually, like as I told you, after some time
the snow starts collecting on the road, then it becomes difficult to drive, and then that actually happened. So for 20-30 minutes, I was in that kind of zone, and yeah, like it was nighttime. Um, Weird road as well, also not like highway or anything. So that was a little bit stressful and difficult and required a lot of focus. Um, but we managed through it. We came to, where are we now? We are in Delta, Utah. Because every day, like I go to a different place. I just don't know where I am. We're in Delta, Utah, and other days it's crazy. I should fucking get a days in membership because they are probably on Booking.com the most easily accessible one. This time, this place was like pretty expensive. It was compared to the other ones. Other ones have we been able to manage to be below like 100, around 100. This one like was 150. This was the most expensive one. And quality wise, it's definitely not the most new modern looking one. But I don't know why it's the most expensive one. It's dynamic pricing. Maybe I came in a little bit earlier in the day. We checked in like 8:50, 9. Maybe that's why. Maybe if I waited until like 11, 12, it reached what I typically had done so far throughout the trip. Maybe it could have been cheaper. I don't know. I'm pretty tired from all the traveling, so whatever. I'll just take it. And yeah, I've been trying to do a lot of winter weather forecasting, trying to look at like the weather of the location that I'm gonna go, trying to look at the weather of the location that I'm planning to stay. I look at like across different times. Is it gonna be snowing? Is it gonna be below zero, like 0 Celsius, 32 Fahrenheit? Am I gonna go like maybe run into trouble? I mean, I'll probably be fine even in the snow, like with trees and things. It's just, I'm by myself. I just want to make sure that I'm in a safe environment. Because in my previous road trip, that 30-day one, there was a time when I actually, I saw a lot, like the day I left Michigan to head to my road trip, I was going to Pittsburgh, and there was a huge winter storm that day. And on the highway, like a few hours before Pittsburgh, a lot of like cars were crashing, and I was able to, back in my like previous car. My previous car wasn't even an all-wheel drive. I was able to manage like coming into Pittsburgh, but the time I got to Pittsburgh, like it had been so difficult because that 2 hour drive became like 3-4 hour, and always like stress, just trying to see things, making things happen. And when I reached Pittsburgh, there were like steep areas. It was difficult to find parking, figure out things, and yeah, overall, yeah, like there are reasons like why they give like winter weather advisories and say like unless you need to be on the road, like don't be on the road sometimes. I just make sure. And on the same road trip, another time, I got stuck in like West Texas. Apparently, that town didn't have any snow in the past 2 years, and that day it snowed, and like all roads were like blocked. Nothing was accessible until the next day. I had to extend my stay there one day, and even when like I was thinking of leaving the next day, I thought things would be fine. It was still there was still a lot of snow on the road, and it was difficult. Like I didn't want to spend another day just waiting for it. I said, okay, fuck it, I'm gonna go through it. There was some opening other previous cars had done, like bigger cars off road, like trucks and things. I just like for hours, like followed like their path slowly, 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 slowly. Came to a point where like we reached the highway because basically like this town was very remote, and the main highways typically they do a good job like at cleaning it the next day, but the like some not even state, like some like these like local roads, they don't get plowed as easily because you know, first you gotta imagine like in heart health as well, like you gotta fix the arteries first, the main things that are pumping in, which are like the highways, and then afterwards like you kind of fix like the small local places. And also it depends on budget of the towns, and they hadn't had snow in the past 2 years, so they didn't expect. Remember all these times like in the news it came that oh, like Texas had their pipes broken because they froze from just like dropping very little because they didn't expect it to happen. Things like that. But I'm blabbering. But yeah, I know this kind of road trip in winter, these kind of things happen. I had been previously experienced, and I think because I'm previously experienced and I've seen like how things could go wrong a little bit, it has made me more conscious. I'm not fearing it. I'm aware of it. I just wanted to explain to you guys because not every one of you is, or not everyone is, you know, used to snow that much and like driving and all that, or like their car is equipped to that, or you know, there are people across all the world. Like, I mean, in Turkey we weren't used to snow that much. At least the parts I lived in Istanbul, it would snow maybe like 2 weeks per year, and the day it snowed, like it will typically melt the same day, or like if it actually really snowed, like even little like 1 inch, 2 inch, schools would be like off because nobody could go to work. It was such a big chaos. But yeah, thank you for joining me. I think I'm so tired. It's yeah, as you can see, as we start heading back slowly, mental wise as well. You have gone through the excitement. You've done the things, and the fatigue is coming up to you. It's catching you. That's what happens with every kind of trip. On the way going, everybody's excited. Everybody's talking so much. Everybody's so hyped. Oh my god, it's gonna be amazing, and it is amazing. But slowly, as they're like coming back on the way return, like everybody's like very quiet because like people are already tired. So we're slowly reaching that point. I think tomorrow's goal is visit Great Basin National Park. Not everything is gonna be open, so figure things out, see what we can see, manage to get to Tahoe safely. And I know that Tahoe area is also gonna have snow until 4 p.m. tomorrow. So we're gonna try to align our schedule in such a way that it snows in Tahoe and then snow is done and then we reach Tahoe and then the next day we snowboard and have the best snow and have a fucking amazing time. And then maybe stay another day if you feel like it, or just return back to San Francisco. That's the plan. I'll share more stuff about life, how I feel things about my ex-girlfriend, the other things that I have feelings for, like stuff like my horniness now that I'm a single man. I will be going through these hopefully tomorrow when I have a little bit more energy. Thank you for listening.